don't see anybody. Anybody on this video?
Anyone's there?
I don't see anybody there. Wait, there's one person right there. No, it was a person that was a speck on the lens. I don't think you have anybody watching today.
They're not coming.
No, I don't think they're coming.
I thought they were going to come and sew.
Well, you can sew with me. No, maybe not.
Because we're going to start sewing together every day. Yeah. Well, we're going to come together every day here in the sewing room. So welcome to 1/4 Inch Seam and welcome to my sewing room. I'm so excited that you're here. Hi everybody. Welcome to 1/4 Inch Seam. I'm Angela. You're in my sewing room and we have got to finish this jelly roll race because it's starting to, I think it's going to start raining. It's been so hot and humid today and windy. There's gonna have to, pardon me, because the amount of pollen blowing around our yard today has been frightening. It's almost like a plague of some sort. Everything is just covered in yellow dust and there are these little pollen pocket thingies flying around and they're getting in everything. They're all over the front of the house. They are all over the roof. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Every time you open the door, they come in. It's just... Anyway, but I want to finish this, our jelly roll race quilt because we're so close. So we're gonna talk and sew. Talk and sew, talk and sew. But I don't know where the other end is. Okay, here we go. All right. Lots to talk about today. Day 8. Yes, day 8. Can you believe it? 8 days. We are on our way to 30, baby. God willing. Tomorrow, we're gonna finish, the butterfly. We're going to put the last 2 rows on and rag it. We'll just snip it while we're sitting here chatting. Is that okay with you? Today I want to get, I think, just 2 more rounds on this. I'm hoping something like that. And then, because then this one will be done. Because this thing is shedding. Oh my God. There's these little pieces. They look like they're the size of gnats, but they're everywhere. Just everywhere. Everywhere. Okay, so get your 2 pieces together. Now, if I was really on top of it, and I'll bet you Betsy from Sunday's Live, I'll bet you Betsy's really got it together. I bet you Betsy irons her. I bet you Betsy irons hers. I haven't ironed mine. I haven't had time. I haven't ironed my clothes, so the quilt is, yeah, I've not ironed it. And I don't like it over my shoulder like that, actually. So I think I'm gonna get smart this time and put it over here and do it this way. Okay, so what did you do today? Yes, worked on taxes. My CPA. My CPA is she's just gonna light my fire up tomorrow. I tell you what, because I'm not done. It's not ready to go to her yet. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Get my foot pedal. What else? The Aurora Borealis pillowcase. My daughter-in-law and my granddaughter came over today with my son-in-law and the little one, our youngest granddaughter. And so I gave the pillowcase to our oldest granddaughter, 12-year-old granddaughter. And she was so excited. She loved it. She really loved it. It was cool. So now they've got to get a king-size pillowcase to shove in there. And I hope it will look really good if they get a really fluffy one. Because it was a little bit of an oversized pillowcase. Just the way that panel was, if you remember. Anyway, we go back. That was Saturday's video. We did the Aurora Borealis pillowcase with panel. So if you had a panel, it's, you know, you don't need that panel, obviously. But any panel, it was cool. I've never done a pillowcase before. Now placemats I could sew with the best of them. But pillowcases, first one. Yeah. I was a pillowcase virgin until Saturday. And I'll tell you what, I have looked at tutorials on those so many times, and I've been like, I don't get it. You know how certain things you just can't wrap your head around? So I was like, I don't get it, so I'm not going to do them. It just looked way more complicated. I was like, a pillowcase cannot be this complicated. And once I did it, I'm going to do a bunch of them. Totally. So, what else? Oh, the Facebook page. So, no, the bobbin. Let me just do it now. May as well just do it now. All right, hold on. I gotta find an empty bobbin. Tomorrow, though. Okay, so tomorrow we're either gonna do the and a couple. I have a disclaimer for today. Tomorrow we're either gonna do the oh, that's interesting. Okay, anyway. Tomorrow we are either going to finish the butterfly, or we're going to clean the sewing room. So one day this week, gosh darn it. Oh, jeez. I don't know where it went. Oh. Honestly. I don't know where it went. Oh, some days it's like walking in mud. Okay. So we're either going to do the, finish the butterflies, or we're going to clean this room. So if you're, if you like to watch a cleaning video, I got you on tomorrow, because I can't handle it anymore. It's just too, there's just stuff everywhere, and I'm not gonna, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get through 30 days of sewing in this disaster. So, there's that. Okay, going back to the Facebook page. Now I can't get the plate up. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, today. Come on. There. On the Facebook page. Okay, so you can't post. I'm always asking people, what are you working on? You know, show me a picture of what you're working on. And you can't, obviously, you can't post on YouTube. So in order to post what you're working on, to share a picture, you have to go over to the Facebook channel. And on the Facebook page, if you go to the Facebook page, 1/4 inch seam, and you'll see my face. As soon as you click on, join the follow, right? You'll see a little thing that says, it's pinned to the top of the page, and it says featured. So if you look further, it's where it says featured, and you click on that, you can just post your pictures in there. We're trying to keep everybody's pictures posted in the same spot. So, Facebook page, 1/4 inch seam, you'll see my picture, and where it says featured, click on that post. Just click on that writing, and you'll see In fact, I think Madeline, sorry, put a picture of a beautiful quilt, but I saw it I was on the phone and I saw it kind of in passing, so I have to go back and look at it later. But I think she posted a picture of one of the quilts she's working on. Remember she was doing the hand quilting? The hand everything. Hand piecing, hand quilting. Holy cow. So I'm excited to see her quilt. So go back and look at that and show her some love, right? And post a picture of what you're working on. If you made a pillowcase or a handkerchief, post a picture of it. That's what this channel is about. It's about you sewing or creating something. I don't care what it is. We just want to celebrate you. Okay, and now, in serious news, I have a client who, about 3 years ago, give or take, moved from the West Coast, moved from the East Coast down to Florida to live with her mom, to help take care of her mom. And, her mom was getting elderly, so they bought a house. My client was divorced, and there was a job opportunity, I think, and anyway, none of that's important. Anyway, she came in here to live near her mom, and so she bought a house and had her mom come live with her. Well, and she's a pretty busy lady. She works in a very busy industry. Well, my poor client's mom had a stroke last year. And now her daughter is taking care of her. And they're trying to navigate this new life. And what my client was talking about today, and I remember this when my mom was taking care of my grandmother. Similar but different. My client works from home, and so she's there. She can be there all day long. My mom worked about an hour, sometimes a little bit more, from home. And as my grandmother got more elderly and more sick, the toll on my mom, I don't know how my mom did it. I'll never, ever get it. It was, and then she had all the other life things, all the other stresses that everybody has. I'll never get it. And as I was talking to my client this afternoon, she was just talking about, and I think that this goes in life, and maybe it's because I'm a woman that I look at it from a woman's perspective. I'm sure there are men who take care of their parents as well. This is just my perspective because I've never been a man. Oh. I think a lot of times as women, we tend to, we carry a lot. While we may not be necessarily always the physically stronger, right, of the species, of the sexes, we just learn how to carry and manage a lot. There was a great Facebook video. I don't know. I saw it somewhere on social media. I don't remember what platform it was. And this woman read, I'm guessing it was a poem or a speech or something by this other woman. And basically what it said was, And it's not to discount men or women or sons or daughters or anything like that. It's just to say that women have a unique perspective when it comes to carrying and managing a lot. And at the same time, keeping not necessarily a smile on your face, but a good, oh, my back is killing me today. Being able not to necessarily let it all show. You follow me? You know? And I don't know where we learn those skills. I mean, I know where I learned them. I learned them from my grandmother and my mother. Maybe that's where most women who have those traits, maybe that's where you learn them. You learn them from women who, you know how to carry things. And is this the most depressing sewing day ever? Get your Kleenex out. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna turn it around real quick. Anyway, it just got me thinking. And it got me thinking to a certain extent about the importance sometimes of learning how to carry a lot of things and keep a stiff upper lip, you know? It doesn't help you to carry things if you do it always with a scowl or a frown on your face. Okay, that was a little weird. Piece of thread or a piece of fabric or something was hitting my ankle. That was a spider for a second. To walk around like, Mopey Molly, it doesn't do anybody any good. Even you. But at the same time, it can be a lot that you're trying to carry and deal with and handle and manage and figure out and not lose your wits, and still be able to do your job or do your work or do whatever it is that you do. Just get through the day. Anyway, so okay, hold on a second. I'm dropping glasses. I can feel my back wanting to kind of like pop into it, just do something weird, and can't have that. I had sciatica the year of COVID. I don't think we're supposed to say that. The year when everybody got sick. I, at some point during that year, early on, I think, I threw my back out and basically had a case of sciatica. I've never been in so much pain in my entire life. Never. Which leads me to my next point about, this year I gotta get past a couple of things, and there's a couple of things that I'm kind of trying to clear off my plate and kind of get organized about, and yet do my job every day. And I gotta start focusing on some exercise. I'm not looking to be a supermodel, but I gotta lose some weight. I'm not comfortable. I'm not. Why am I telling you this? It has nothing to do with sewing. Okay, so I did it again. We're twisted up. So we're just gonna figure out where the end is, or about, and we're just gonna cut there. We're gonna square it up at the end when we're all done. So you don't need to worry about it being. I mean, you want to keep it pretty close. Like this is pretty close. It's not as close as it was yesterday, but it doesn't need to be exact. You don't need to get a measurement and measure out a ruler, Angela. Is that what you meant? A ruler, measurer. but you want to keep it somewhat close because what did you do? Whoops, hold on. Hang on. Okay. Look at that! Look at this! Oh, jeez. Come on. See, there's my back. You know, like you can feel, like I can just feel it kind of wanting to tweak a little bit. And we can't have that. Cannot have that. Okay. Totally in love. Totally in love with it. Oh my gosh. I love this fabric. I want to do some other stuff with this. So in the comments, tell me what of this Kansas Troubles line, tell me which one is your favorite, which year or whatever. I guess I'm guessing they do it by year. Tell me which one is your favorite, and what's something else I could do with it, make with it, like quilt wise, or like a square, you know, quilt square, where I could really show off the pattern. Oh, you know what would be cool is another one of those petals quilts. I'm obsessed with that petals quilt. We're gonna finish that this month too. I mean, layer it and all that kind of good stuff. Hi, Min. Hi, Minnie. Hi, Minnie. Where'd you going? Minnie's had enough today. We had some visitors earlier. Well, we had a guy working on his house, and his wife, they didn't have daycare for their daughter, and so she came with him to work, and she was a whippersnapper. So Minnie got her, and usually, you know, an hour with a little kid who's so excited to see Minnie, that's about as much as Minnie can handle, because they want to pet and touch, and Minnie's a good sport with little kids. But then my daughter-in-law, my son-in-law, and our two granddaughters came over, and they, of course, then want to, you know, play with Minnie. And so Minnie is just like, I need some alone time, Mom. I need some alone time. Just to be with my thoughts without anybody touching me. Okay. Now, when you get to this point, because by this point we're going to have 8, I think. 8. When we get finished with this sewing this one, we're going to have 8 rows. I mean 16. So it's easier to get the twist out now because you don't have as much fabric to deal with. So okay, so back to my lady who's taking care of her mom. So we were talking today. We were chatting. She's a super nice lady. We've been friendly. She was saying, you know, it's a lot. And so I'm going to, one of the things we make this week, either this quilt or something else. I don't know what she likes. No idea. I thought I'd make her a quilt, a blanket, or something. I don't know what. What should I send her? I don't want it to be for her. I mean, for her mom, whatever. But I wasn't really looking to do like a whole basket thing. I just thought, I don't know. What would you do? What would you send? She's a good client of mine. She's a very sweet lady, and I could just hear the, you know, kind of the overwhelmedness in her voice today. And you know, I'm not taking care of someone like that, but I know what it's like to get to the bottom of your rope, And, then what happens is you get to the bottom of your rope, the end of your rope, and you end up doing small things, or, you end up doing things or saying things, or, you have to interact with somebody, and you do something that's out of character for yourself because you're overwhelmed. Have you ever done that? Where you're having a terrible, terrible day. Oops. Hang on. Oops. Oh. What's happening? You go up there. Came out of the needle. Hang on one second. Gotta reset the needle. Okay. You end up saying something to somebody over something, sometimes even minor, that you wouldn't necessarily say. I mean, I've done that. Just been overwhelmed by life, or been in a poopy mood, and somebody calls. In fact, the trainings that we do with a lot of our agents is, sometimes when somebody kind of snaps at you, sometimes if you wait a few days and call somebody back, sometimes you'll get a better response, because you just don't know. You don't know if you called somebody who's in the grocery store and her kids are driving her nuts, or work was driving her nuts, Anyway, off on that tangent. So we kind of had a laugh about that, but I would like to send her a little something. I don't know, a blanket. I mean, again, Florida, we're going into summertime. I don't know if a blanket is, here's something to keep you warm when it's 106 outside. I don't know. All these things that I tell you guys, wouldn't that make a fun gift? And now I can't think of anything. So I'm looking for an idea. If you've got an idea, throw it in the comments. And then I'm really excited to do something else with this pattern. This Kansas Troubles. I think it's going to be cool. It makes me think. I really want to read. Have you guys read that book by Kristen Hanna, Four Winds? Four Winds? That was cool. I think so. It's supposed to be a fantastic book. I do like Kristen Hanna. I've read a bunch of her books. I've read The Women. If you haven't read The Women, it's very, very good. Very, very, very good about the Vietnam War, women in the Vietnam War, women nurses. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic book. The Nightingale I found to be just epic. I thought The Nightingale was just unbelievable. And Barnes & Noble? I don't know if it's Barnes & Noble or not, or if it's just anywhere. They're doing a commemorative re-release of the book, and it's got the painted, I don't know what they call it. I heard somebody say it, but I don't remember what it's called. When they paint this, not the spine of the book, but the pages, when the book is closed, the pages, and they paint they do a design on there. They're doing one of those with the Nightingale, and it's pretty cool. But I thought the Nightingale, if you haven't read the Nightingale, fantastic book. About World War II. Yeah. Enough said, right? The other thing I'll say is that when you do a jelly roll run, if you've never done one before, or a jelly roll quilt like this, if you've never done one before, the farther you go, the the shorter the sew time is. But I didn't really want to do, and I sewed all the way to the edge. So I think I'm just gonna pop a couple of these out. Sorry, I'm telling you. The pollen this year, it's been epic this year. It's always pretty gnarly, but this year it's been epic. Okay, so I'm just going to back out a couple of these stitches here so I can cut across the bottom. Okay, it's just becoming a pain in the rear end. I'm just going to cut. So what did you do today? What are you sewing? What are you sewing this lovely evening? Aha, there we go. Okay. See, now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we're 8. So now we're at 8. No. Now we're at 16. What are we talking about? Now we're at 16. You know what you could almost do at this point is you could, well, what in the world is that? Hello? My thread didn't catch. That was a ways back too. All right, let's fix that real quick. You could do, I've been wanting to do this. Because, now if I tell you, you can't laugh. So promise. Pinky swear. When Minnie eats her kibble in the morning, I said you can't laugh. She sits at the edge of our bed while I get dressed. Sorry, I was trying to make sure I did that right. Steps in the right order. Okay. Okay, that's fixed. You could almost make this, like, you could almost kind of quilt this right now, and it would be a fantastic bed runner. You know, along the foot of your bed, like a foot runner at the edge of your bed. That would be cool. That would be cool. Wow, such a pretty pattern. Okay, moving on. So now, we're going to sew it one more time, and when we do, I think when we do this next one, it's going to be the last one. I think that's because I think that's going to be the right. It's going to be the right length, and if you do for like a lap type quilt, and if you do it anymore, if you sew it again, it's going to be too short. Okay, so see, now it's easy. Now you just take. Now it's like totally manageable. You don't have this big tail everywhere. Okay, so let's see. Is that about right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, here we go. Okay, back to Minnie. So she sits on the edge of our bed. She eats her kibble, and she watches doggy shows. And when I say doggy shows, I mean like she watches old replays of like the Westminster Dog Show or Westminster Agility dog shows. Favorite is a place in Australia called The Farm, and it was a doggy daycare on this guy's property. He has a huge property. He and his wife and their kids, and they ran a doggy daycare in Australia, and it's fantastic. And now they have rescue dogs that they have adopted, that they, the dogs run around all over the place, and they go in the pool and they go in the pond, and he trains them, and he's saved most of them from being but that's what Minnie watches. So in the morning she sits on the edge of our bed, she eats her kibble, and she watches her dog shows. I wish I were making this up. Someday when you read my book, yeah, I'm not making it up. Anyway, so I got tired of having to, and she doesn't like her kibble out of a dish. Look, I said don't laugh. She doesn't like eating her kibble out of a dish. So what I have made her are, I'll show you tomorrow. I've made her placemats, because that's my superpower. It's placemats. So I made her a little placemat that I put at the edge of the bed, and then she eats off that. But because otherwise, if you don't have something down, just the dust and everything is all on your bed. Ugh. So she eats off a placemat, watching her doggy shows. Yes, that's what I said. But I've been thinking that I would like to get I would like to make a foot runner, runner for the edge of my bed. To even further prevent, just mess and crumb and, whatever, from us too. I mean, it's not just Minnie. I mean, I don't eat kibble off the edge of the bed watching dog shows, but, stranger things have happened. Anyway, so I think I am going to make a runner for the edge of my bed. I wanted to have time today to change out my duvet. Nope, didn't happen. Look, we're barely going to eat dinner tonight, so whatever. It is what it is. You know what? Life is what it is. Whoops. Cut it, Angela. Okay. Dun 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 dun. You ready? I think she might be done. Betsy! Betsy, are you finished with yours? Now I'll tell you what, I've never made a jelly roll quilt where I wasn't going to cut this part of it and wasn't always nervous. And I'd lay it out on my table, but there's just no room, and then you won't be able to see me, and I'll have to move all the camera around. And so if I just do this real quick like this, then you'll be able to see it. And tomorrow we can finish the butterfly quilt and clean this joint up. Ready? Is it cool? Does it look good? Oh, it's a good size too. I think so. I'm cozy. Okay, that's it for today. We did it. We finished it. Betsy, I want to see your jelly roll quilt. I'll have Steve post a picture of this one somewhere tomorrow, probably on Facebook. So be sure to check out the Facebook page. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. If you're having fun on this 30-day sew along with me in my sewing room adventure, then share the channel. Invite somebody else to come along. And we probably won't go live this Sunday, but the next Sunday. Because this Sunday is Masters Sunday, and I'm probably going to sew real fast and then go put my feet up and watch the Masters Golf Tournament. And with that, I hope you have a fantastic day. And remember, please, only a 1/4-inch seam. Have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm so excited we finished this quilt. Another project finished. Can you imagine? I can't believe it. Love you guys. Bye.